by one.
Ed ego, Timothy Cardinale Stolen.
Each of the 133 cardinal electors placed a hand on the book of the Gospels and swore an oath of secrecy in Latin.
Extra omnes.
Then every ordered out, and the doors were sealed. Black smoke that rose into the evening sky. Sean McKnight is the Archbishop Designate of Kansas City, Kansas.
What do you want to say to the new Pope?
Well, I'm looking forward to a Pope that's going to lead the Church, who has a history of being a good, effective leader, but also one who understands the need for transparency and accountability in the Church.
The electors will return to the Sistine Chapel tomorrow morning. They'll vote up to 4 times each day, burning their ballots twice a day, as millions around the world watch for black or white smoke.
Besides the white smoke and the ringing of the bells, my strongest memory covering the last conclave was the streets of Rome being quickly filled by people who had heard the word that a new pope had been elected. It was a ripple filling St. Peter's Square, people looking at the balcony waiting to see the appearance of the new pope.
Laura Schuberg says she booked a flight from the U.S. as soon as the conclave was set.
My goal is to just plant myself in St. Peter's Square and stare at that chimney until we see white smoke.
Are you prepared for this to go on for several days?
Our flight's on Monday, but I'm telling you, if for some reason we're canceling those flights, we are staying in there until we see white smoke.
And Ann Thompson joins me here at the Vatican, and it doesn't appear that we're seeing a front runner.
No, there's no one candidate who checks all the boxes, Lester. There's Pietro Parolin, France's Secretary of State, is a good manager. He knows most of the voters. Then there's Jean-Marc Aveline. He's the Archbishop of Marseille. Most France's like in pastor, but some question his Italian language skills. There's PIERBTTISTA Pizzaballa, the patriarch. He gets high points for courage. He offered himself as a hostage to Hamas in exchange for Israeli children, but he's just turned 60. He may, that would mean a long pay. And then there's Robert Prevost. He's worked in Peru, but he's a long shot.
All right, Ann Thompson tonight, thank you. 3 ex-Memphis police officers charged in the beating death of Tyree Nichols were found not guilty on state charges. Priscilla Thompson has the latest, and we have to warn you, some of the images you're about to see are the...
The council would like to stand with their clients.
Tonight, 3 ex-Memphis police officers charged in the 2023 beating death of Tyree Nichols acquitted.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Justice Smith, not guilty.
The former officers seen hugging their attorneys and sobbing after being cleared of 7 state charges, including second-degree murder. Stemming from this body cam footage appearing to show officers kicking, punching, and batoning Nichols, who died from his injuries 3 days later, sparking nationwide protest.
Any fair-minded person who watches the video would come to the conclusion that everybody had some responsibility for Tyree's death.
Members of the jury who were not from Memphis but brought in from the Chattanooga area disagreed, reaching that verdict after an 8-day trial that included testified for the prosecution in exchange for a plea deal. And Nichols' mother, who recalled seeing her son in the hospital.
My son was beaten to a pulp. His head was the size of a watermelon. His nose was broken.
The Nichols family attorney and Crump calling the verdict a devastating miscarriage of justice, writing, "We are outraged and we know we are not alone." Another Martin III state murder case was severed and has not yet gone to trial. All 5 former officers either pleaded guilty or were convicted of lesser charges in federal case. They're expected to... Thompson, NBC News.